What's up everybody, it's Luke from Marching Woods here, and trying a little different video for you today. I've just finished watching No Time to Die, the latest Bond film. I loved it, thought it was great. It took me a little while to digest the ending, but and the choices, no spoilers here. But yeah, I thought it was great, especially for the whole arc of Daniel Craig. I loved it, I thought the whole thing was fantastic. Especially the fits. So it did get me thinking that James Bond in general has always been, for me and for a lot of men, just like a real, well, it's a style icon. Since the days of Sean Connery, the suits, the watch, all the way through. There's been some missteps for sure, but I wanted to focus on Daniel Craig's stint and how style has evolved over, I think it's the last 15 years or so. And just sort of look into the styles, how they've changed. I mean, I've always, watching each one individually, I've always thought, oh, these are so freaking cool. You know, the suits, the sort of more casual wear stuff. I've always kept track of that and always thought he's just looked fantastic. My first Bond was actually Pierce Brosnan in GoldenEye. And I'll do a separate video about him at some point because he deserves it. If you just look at his early days, but yeah, I just thought it'd be good to look through from Casino Royale to No Time to Die, how the styles evolved, what I like and what I don't like, and it's more about how it's changed, because I remember watching each one individually and loving the styles, and I think most people do. They've never made a Bond film that everyone's gone, oh, what's he wearing? It looks terrible. So things might not have aged so well. That's the thing, and that's the thing I wanted to look at, of how it's changed over those 15 years. It's quite significant years in my life. I'm 34 years old, so it's quite. I don't know if since I've been buying my own clothes, how fashion has changed. And yeah, so I just want to have a look through. Remember, these are just my opinions. I'm not saying I'm right at all. It's just literally just the way I feel about the clothes at the moment. And some things may not look so good nowadays, but at the time, I'm sure they're great. Let's dive in. So the suits in this one were made by Brioni. Most of the time with Daniel Craig Bonds is Tom Ford, and I think you can tell the real difference when they start to switch over. I think it's in the next one they start, but it's Brioni suits. So we start off here, simple navy suit, blue shirt, nice tie. Like it's clean, it's nice, it's pretty bland to be honest. Again, of its time. There's not too much to say around here. It's a little bit estate agent-y, but yeah, fine. Not so bad. Not great. Then we move forward. We've got the trunks. Now, obviously, these are iconic, and they're based on, I think, the ones from Dr. No, that Sean Connery wore, but it showed off Daniel Craig looking like the beast that he is, and yeah, the trunks, can't really argue with them. Royale Brown, I think, made them. They're still super popular, I believe. Then things take a big dip. We've got the short sleeve shirt. I'd say this is divorced dad / coach driver sort of look. Short sleeve, white shirt, awful sunglasses. But again, of the time, this is what sunglasses were at the point. And the trousers are fine, some sort of like linen-y grey trousers. But it's just, I'm not a lover of short sleeve shirts at all, really. I know, especially for guys of a certain age, sort of that middle age, who are in decent shape, it's good for them to get the guns out. It's not for me. It's got quite a long collar on it. It's not a good look for me, personally. Next up, we have this just a simple navy polo and chinos, which is fun. It's cool. Like, again, I mean, polos are better than the short sleeve button up shirt, and it's a nice fit. It's figure hugging. You know, if you've got a body like that, you're gonna get something a bit more tailored to you. Chinos are fine until you get to the lower section. There's a hell of a lot of boot cut going on at that time period. I remember it well. I had some items coming back around now in fashion, especially with a bit more flared stuff, with Saint Laurent flares. We've actually got a couple of vintage Gucci flared jeans in store now from this time. But yeah, the chinos is just not good, especially with the tight fitting polo up top. It just looks like you're flaring out completely. It's not for me. Now with the star of the show, the tux. This again is Brioni, and it's, you know, at the time I remember thinking, fuck, this is cool. It's, you know, you've seen Bond. I think it was the trunk scene. Everyone was like, okay, he could be a Bond. Look at him. Now with this, you thought, yeah, this guy's good at his job. And my problem looking back at it, if I'm gonna be nitpicky, is just the size of it. It's boxy. It's a power suit. The sleeves here are a big issue, and it just goes down completely. The sleeves are quite long on the jacket, so you can't really see any cuff. The shoulders are quite broad, and he's not the tallest guy. I think he's about 5'10", so it makes you look quite boxy. So I remember at the time thinking really cool. It's still a lovely tux, but it loses points, to be honest. And last one we're going to look at from Casino Royale is this three-piece suit, which yeah, so there's a lot of buttons in that waistcoat, and it looks like he's going to pull like a pocket watch out. He's a sort of Wild West banker or something like that. Not for me. Not very Bond for me either. I'm not a lover. But then we go to the watch, the Omega Seamaster 300M. I've made a video about this before. I've owned about 3 of them in my life. I love this watch. It's an icon. It's just the coolest thing. The watch doesn't play hardly any role in this film. It's got no gadgets on it or anything like that at all. It's a handover from Pierce Brosnan's GoldenEye days. But it looks nice. You see, what's good about it here is he's got it on with the tux, and he's got it on a bit later on when he's retired. He's out casually wearing it, and it just shows how diverse that watch is. We should actually look at that fit. So this might be my favourite fit of the lot, actually. I've missed it out. It's the chinos, a shawl neck, knit navy cardigan, and a simple white tee. Timeless. I mean, I'm sure those chinos have got a flare in them, so if we ignore that, the rest of it, spot on. It'll always be a great fit. But yeah, overall, hasn't dated too well in terms of shape and silhouette, but it's fun. It's a great film, by the way. It's my favourite Bond film, so it'll always get a pass from me. That's 2006. We move on to 2008 with Quantum of Solace. So the much maligned Quantum of Solace. After watching No Time to Die, I appreciate this film now. I get it now. It's a part of the whole arc of storytelling. He was a blunt instrument after having his heart broken. He was just this more aggressive Bond. Of course, I'm not sure if they actually meant it like that at this time, because there was a writer's strike on, and even Daniel Craig was actually writing some stuff for them at the time. So it is what it is. Let's look at the fits. So this is 2 years later. We're going to start off with a good one, to be honest. This is Harrington jacket and some very, very snug chinos. I can't see the bottom of them in this photo, so I can't see how flared they are, but the Harrington is nice, very similar to one in No Time to Die from Rogue Territories. I remember this time trying to find outfits that were similar to this, jackets that fit similar to this, so more figure hugging, no shoulder pads, very soft, and it was almost impossible. You can see there's a little bit of a longer sleeve on this anyway. It's a short crop jacket, but you had to spend a lot of money at that time to get a jacket like this. It was super hard. So yeah, I like this one. It's cool. It's I think he still wears similar stuff to this anyway, so it's pretty timeless, and it shows off his physique. And he looks like he could scrap. So he looks like a MI6 agent, what they probably look like. Then, sadly, it drops down a little bit. I think this is another Brioni. I think I'm saying that right. Brioni suit. It's the glasses. The sunglasses are awful. Like, so bad. Again, of their time, but not for me. And with this as well. So Daniel Craig's blonde, obviously, like me. He's got a tan in this, which is okay, but it was a very light suit, and he's got a white shirt on underneath. It's a lot. It just feels like a lot for me. It's very bright. It's very, I don't know. You're not going to be conspicuous in this. You know, if you're an MI6 agent, you're not going to blend in. So this is a big no for me. It's very boxy. I hate those glasses. So we'll move on. And things get a little bit better, but not great here. So I think this is a brown suit. I think from here. This is a Tom Ford suit, I'm sure. What's changed is the trousers are nice, straight cut. The rest of it's a bit boring. I think wearing a brown suit at that time was a little bit different. The tires fuller. There's a pocket square, which is cool. The glasses are a bit better. They're like some aviators. It's okay. I think for the time, this was progressing. So it's okay. It's definitely better than we were. And then back to a really cool Harrington jacket style thing, but with some denim. This is rough and ready. It looks cool. I like this a lot. It's a cool outfit. Not much to say about it. It's just it's a nice outfit. But the thing that still does show is the tux. The tux is so much better this time. It just looks sleeker. I think it is a Brioni. I think it is a Brioni one again. But it looks a bit more kept, a bit more put together, a bit more shaped to Daniel Craig's physique for me. And then there's this. I think we've looked at this suit before, but he's on the plane, and I just can't stand top button and a tie done up on a plane. It makes me feel really uncomfortable. I know some people love that sort of thing, but just pop a button. And the watch, another Seamaster, of course, from the coaxial one. I love the font on the 1296, very vintage style. A really underrated watch actually, but they go for a lot of money now. Still, they've kept their value so well, it's not gone up. But yeah, super cool. Mixed bag here. Not a great film. The fits are okay. Yeah, so. But now, Skyfall. So this one took, I think it's 3 years later, so it's 2012 Skyfall came out. I was a big fan of this film. Still, some people quite mixed about it as well. But this is more known as like the London or the British, because of Scotland as well, the British Bond, because it's rare that you have them where he's mostly in the UK. But yeah, I think we saw a huge progression in style in terms of where they were at 2006 with the boxy cuts and just, it's a nice suit, that's it. Where here, there's so much more playful. There's accessories, there's a few different types of suits. The fit's so much better. It's a much more modern style. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, we'll start off here. The grey suit. I believe it's a Tom Ford suit. We've got a collar bar. We've got a pocket square. We've got a lot of cuff showing here, and the suit is tight, but in a nice way. It's tailored. It looks good. He's got a bit of a buzz cutty thing going on. He looks very masculine. He looks suave. He looks cool. I'm here for all of that. He looks great. And he's fighting a little thing, he adjusts his cuff and all that. He's just, yes, that's what we want from Bond. So, good start. Then later on we have a little bit of dip, but I think it's on purpose because he was out in another country where he was drinking himself stupid. He's got this horrible shirt on. but we'll forgive that, and I just don't like it. Now, when he's back feeling good, we've got this lovely suit here. Look at the shape of it. It's so much more tighter than the ones back a couple of films ago. The sleeves are slim. You can see a shape forming of his body rather than just a straight box. This is more of a British or Italian cut, whereas it felt like the ones before were more like an American cut. And yeah, he looks cool. Sunglasses, but aviator, he looks a little bit Secret Service in this, and I think, you know, obviously MI6, it's in his own country. They did just play around with that a little bit more, seeing he was a bit more of a bodyguard, which he kind of played to M in this. Right, we've got a bad point here. This might be a contentious subject. A lot of people might disagree with me, but I hate this jacket. And I think maybe it's of the time, because 2012, I remember Top Man was banging out some jackets like this, and I probably bought one. It's just too short. The collar's non-existent. It's short. The buttons are so close to each other. It doesn't feel right for me. But interesting to see what other people think. So leave a comment if you are a fan or if you agree with me. But yeah, not a fan of that jacket at all. But he wears the same fit without the jacket here. Super clean knit over a shirt and tie. I like it a lot. Very sixth form schoolboy, I guess, but he looks good. It's just nicely fitted. Very simple. Fan. And now the showstopper. Possibly my favourite Bond suit. The tux. This is the tux. So this is a Tom Ford shawl neck tux, which I believe, from the look and memory, is in a sort of navy blue with a black or very, very dark blue satin shawl. The fit's amazing. It's made for him. I mean, obviously it's made for him. It's tailored for him, but it looks so cool. It's not too tight. It's very fitted, but I don't think it's too tight. He just looks great in it. And for me, this was a real turning point in both the style of Bond and Daniel Craig's Bond as well. We wanted to see that sort of... We need to see a tux in most of the Bond films, so this was a good way to show it off. I love this, and with the aviators, it's always nice to be able to wear a pair of sunglasses with the suit and not look like I'm a complete prat. So yeah, nice one. And for this one, the watch. Again, another, I think, is this the same watch? Seamaster. I think this is the next iteration. I don't do digits and numbers. I'm not a computer, so very good, James. Now, onwards to Spectre. So that's 2015. So we're giving it another 3 years now. Let's see how things moved on. I remember this Bond being the tight Bond, where everything was so fitted. It went too far, I think. Possibly the times of skinny jeans and all that. This was a little bit more too costumey, this whole thing for me. So let's go, try to go from the beginning. There's some cool things though. Okay, so we've got this suit here. I like it. Actually, I'm torn. When you see it in motion, it is very tight on him. But I do like it, and it does look good. It looks a little bit high on his, it looks a little bit uncomfortable sort of under the armholes. And I think that's maybe where it just goes a little bit wrong. But the tie's tied, and that, you know, it's got that little dimple in it. It's very tight. It's got the collar bar. It's got the pocket square. The shoes are awesome. They're probably Crockett and Jones. Very cool. I like the suit a lot. Let's move on. Then we have the funeral suit. So this is a 3-piece. This is where it becomes costumey for me, because I like the fit. It's very Tom Ford. I don't like it. I'm not a big 3-piece suit fan, to be honest. Currently, I know things can change. But he's just got a white pocket square. The gloves. It's like, obviously, like limo driver. I don't know. It's good. It is nice, and I think that at the time it looked much cooler. And it's something different, I suppose. You can't just do the same suit over and over again, which I think they did in Skyfall a bit too much. The same suit, same thing over and over again, and I think that's why they try to mix it up here, and the next ones they do as well. The next one. So this is how our jacket's supposed to look though, haven't gone back to that. You know, big collar, the buttons are well spaced out. I know it's not quite peacoat, well, I don't know, it's more of a military style coat, peacoat, trench, but yeah, I'm a fan of this. Clean shoulders, nice hefty collar, and it's got a good bit of length to it. I like it a lot. There's a lot to like about this. I just didn't like the waistcoat, I think it's the waistcoat and the leather gloves is a bit of a cliche as well. So after this, we've got the white tux, the Tom Ford white tux, which, come on, that's good, that's cool. And it was a throwback to a Sean Connery one. I think it might be Dr. No, I can't remember exactly one, but it's got the red flower. Is that boutonniere flower? But yeah, yeah, I think so. Or is it a corsage? But yeah, I like it. Beautiful lapels, very Tom Ford, like hefty lapels, 70s. A bow tie that doesn't go too far. I think it just touches each side of the collar of the jacket, which I think is exactly right for me. I love this one. Not as much as the last tux, but I'm a big fan of this. Okay. We've jumped back a bit, so I've missed it. Sorry about that. The ski outfit. I'm curious to see what people think of this now, because I remember at the time being like, oh, it's cool, because it's so figure huggy. The trousers are very tight. Everything's very tight. And I know a lot of people bought this again by Tom Ford, and a lot of brands have nicked it and made their own. But I like it. I'm going to say I like it. It's a ski thing. It's just, I know there's a lot of people that have gone out and bought this like whole outfit, and I don't know where it fits in everyday life. That's the only thing. But he looks cool. We move on. Okay, so we've got another callback here. So with this suit to a Sean Connery brown suit, I think you can say that. So but this is more of a soft, relaxed Italian cut suit. It's very cool. I like this a lot. I love the colour. I think if you think back, like with the last beige suit, this is more a deeper, darker suit, and also because it's fitted, there's less material to be like on this big marshmallow. It looks good. The glasses look good with it. It's cut beautifully. Nice belt as well. I love brown and earth tones, and using that with tailoring. Love that. And yeah, there is a callback to a I think Goldfinger. He wore like a nice brown suit. So yeah, I love this one. One of my favourites. And then this navy suit here looks very cool. Again, look back like that one. There's not really much to say about it. It's just a lovely fit, beautiful suit. And then we get to the watch. Might be my favourite. It really reminds me of the original Bond Rolex. It's got no crown guards. It's got that fake faux patina, which I know is, it's a taste thing. I like it. It looks military on the NATO strap. Yes, this, apart from the original, the Seamaster 300M, the original blue one for GoldenEye, this is my second favourite. I love this. Oh, that's Spectre, and I'm a big fan of that. You can see the progression in style. Daniel Craig starting to have his own style, but I think they're integrating different brands now. Some people may know more than this. There's a really interesting YouTube channel, this guy called The Bond Experience, you can check out. He just geeks out on Bond stuff. He'll go through every individual item, and if you're interested in that, check him out. It's called The Bond Experience. I think it's just this guy with like just a decent job, and so he can spend money on his passion of Bond. And you've got to love someone with passion, even if it's about something so niche like this. He just dives into every detail. I'm a fan. Next one, the last one, No Time to Die. Right, this has to be the most adventurous Bond film for fashion style and brands. Obviously it takes place in a lot of places. I'm going to try not to spoil anything, but just in case, it depends how sensitive you are to spoilers. I won't say the ending, but this, yeah. Anyway, so we've got the Matera suit, which is a Massimo Alba suit, one that is soft-shouldered. It's a traditional Italian style sort of casual suit in a beige, and I'm really upset about this suit because just a year ago I nearly bought this suit for the store and I would have paid £300 for it, and I would have sold it for $450, and I didn't go for it. I don't know why, but I just thought, oh, I'll come back for it, it'll be there later. I know someone that had it, and it went. And as soon as the movie actually comes out, because it was delayed for so long, man, it's a $2,000 suit. It's a beautiful suit. I love it. It looks great. I love soft shoulders. I love that sort of spalla camicia style. Very cool. So yeah, next we have the other style that he wears in Italy in the film. So it's this Connolly, I think it's linen jacket, which is awesome. Double patch pockets. You can cinch it at the bottom, and it's got a really cool look to it. It's very you don't get in the jackets. We've actually got a similar jacket in the store, but it's pink and white stripes. It's not from Connolly. It's from another, I can't remember the brand, but anyway, it's there. It's very similar. It's cinching at the bottom, linen, and it's not too puffy as well, because I think a lot of it's very difficult to tailor something like that and for it not to be just a big old shell suit. So that's what you pay your money for. This is really cool. I will be trying to find one for the store soon, so keep your eyes open. I think the t-shirt here is Anderson and Shepherd's. I think it's a short sleeve t-shirt. It's Grande Colliery. I love this outfit. Next up, we have retiredy Bond, where he's got this just navy simple, like a jersey knit t-shirt, which I love these because they hug your body so well. They just, rather than like a traditional cotton shirt that just has a bit of shape to it, this just falls to your body. It just looks so loose and casual. So especially if you've got a good physique like DC has, this looks great. And in this, he's wearing the navy here and the cream bottoms. It's a traditional long-running thing through Bonds of that colour palette going together. Something that Ian Fleming wore a lot when he was in Jamaica. Right, next we have the suits. This is awesome. I want the suit so bad. It's Tom Ford suit, blue, worn in the same way. They've kept the same, simple pocket square. No collar bar this time on this, just navy suit, navy tie. I love a lot slimmer for Tom Ford and his lapels, but not boring. They've got a lovely bow shape to them. They come up quite high. The notch comes right to the collarbone. A little bit of roping on the shoulders, but not too much. Spot on. Next we have, this is an interesting one. I know this is something I really want, but there's never a day I'm going to be able to wear it. So this is the Massimo Alba green. I don't know what the material will be. It's like a velvety-ish material. It's such a cool jacket, but it's like knee length. It's got really cool lapels in it, like quite substantial lapels for a jacket of that length. And that sort of, it's soft-shouldered. It looks casual, but also formal at the same time. But it's a statement piece with the colour, and it's just different. So wearing this in, say, East London, I'm going to get bullied. But I love it, and you need the right time and place for it, though. He wears it really well here with just that white t-shirt and trousers, and I think Crockett and Jones boots. Very cool. This is what I love about this. It's a very adventurous Bond with Italian brands. You can imagine him, this guy, this well-off spy who's retired and moved away from spying, going into this more relaxed clothing, but also high-end and really well-made clothes. So it's just a nice little nod to just a backstory for Bond and what he would do. And so I think they really nailed it, the costume department. Next up, we have the Rogue Territories jacket. So this is only in the film for a very short bit, but a lot of people have lost their minds over it. It's an awesome jacket. It's just it's similar to ones you've had before, but I think it's a waxy sort of cotton. I can't be too sure. I've never felt it, but it's Harrington style-y. They're made as like a biker jacket sort of thing. So I think it's very rugged. It's quite high up, but also with relatively long sleeves, if you know what I mean. It's very cool. He looks awesome in it. I mean, that's just that one scene. I bet their sales have gone through the roof of this. And then moving from that, we've got the tux. So the tux in this is pretty awesome. The way it's unveiled, so it's an awesome scene in the film. Ana de Armas she steals the whole thing. She's amazing, and but in it for such a short amount of time. And this suit comes out, this tux, and he looks mustard. It's got the colour palette for the whole thing, and the colour grading is also very blue. They bring out the blue of his eyes massively, and blue of this tux. The whole thing, the lighting is so dark and contrasty. It works so well, and it works well with his suit. He just looks awesome in it. I really want it. And then moving on, we have the Enpil woolen sort of tactical jumper, I think you can call it. So I've seen some people wear this. It looks good. It looks good out in the wild, like people actually wearing this. But it obviously with the trousers, it looks very military. But no, I like this. It's an unusual collar, very figure hugging, but I can see why people want to wear this out. I like it. I'm a big fan. I think it could be a. It's got shoulder pads or shoulder patches. So I'm not sure about that because that's a little bit too utilitarian. Utilitarian. Yeah, I like it. I like it though. And underneath is that sort of Henley. You just got to. I think the neck, the sort of grandad necks, are coming way back into fashion now. I think it plays a big role in it. He looks good in it. You've got to have the right physique. You have to have the right physique to wear that shirt. So be careful. And that's it for this one. This is my favourite one because this was how different they made the whole thing. How different from Bond they made the whole style. How different from a suit to Italian wear to lounge wear to tail tuxes to the sort of more action military stuff. Everything was really well thought out, and they smashed it. I love the film. Interesting to hear what you think. If you think it differently. Oh wait, quick one. And the watch for this one, an awesome watch. There's 300M again, Seamaster, the one they've made with the sort of I think it's a British military sign on there, which I know a lot of people have a bit of a problem with because if it's not actually a military used watch, it's sort of a bit more of a a play piece. But I love the orangey faux patina. The bracelet's really cool. It looks great on a NATO as well. This is going to be one that people wear for a long time. Like, they will keep selling. I think this is an awesome watch. And just as a little bit of a bonus one, I wanted to dive into Daniel Craig's style, his own personal style. So starting up with the sort of pink tux he wore for the screening of No Time to Die. I loved it. It was playful. It was, I think, him showing that, he's out of Bond now. He doesn't have to conform. There was I think back in the Lazenby got massive stick for having a beard at one of these for Bond, and that's why a lot of people didn't even want him to do another one, which he didn't. I liked it a lot. It looks, I mean, it's a beautiful suit. It suits him. He likes to be a bit more playful, I think, with his tailoring and his real life. Yeah, I thought it was cool. And also a little bit that fuchsia sort of pink throwback to Sean Connery, possibly, with the tie in one of them when he was a bit older. I can't remember which one, but maybe a little nod to that. Next we have, I think it's a Dior suit. I like this. This grey Dior suit. I think it's Dior, but it's this one button sort of what would be a double breast, like wrap around suit. It's cool. It's different. It's playful. It's also got like a little simplicity to it. The tie is a nice shape and tied well. Pocket chief is nice. I think it all goes together really well. The good thing about this is the fit is still, it's like his other suits, it fits his body perfectly. It's just playing with something within this region. So the silhouette's the same. At least he hasn't gone for like super baggy trousers or anything like that at all. It's gone same silhouette, just a little bit of a bit of flair to it. This one's bad. So this is his Top Gear years, I guess. Like this was. Gotta remember, he's still a man in his 50s or something. This isn't good. I like the brown jacket, leather jacket, tucked in shirt and jeans. It's very Clarkson. I don't like looking at him like this. Here, these 4 pictures. It's alright. It's weird just not seeing him super dressed up, and so it's a bit hard to see. I like this just a simple long sleeve top he's got on in the first photo. I'm not sure about his footwear. We don't know when these photos are taken as well, so they could be 10 years old. You don't know what his style's like. I don't like that second. I'm not lover this. And okay, so this at the Spectre screening or sort of press conference. This is cool. Really high knit top to a button-up shirt. Lovely fitting trousers and some suede boots. Cool. They look like something Drake's would put out. Very cool. Like that a lot. And with these suits, okay, so going down, these are all sort of press events. All these suits are great. I love the third one here, this sort of brown and I don't know if it's a grey shirt or sort of a mauvey shirt, like lilac-y sort of thing. And again, just a different flash of colour with his pocket handkerchief. So very cool. So this is him at a recent one with a different version of that pink tux, this pale blue one. Love it, absolutely great. This is if you're in Italy or something like that. You've got a really light skin, we've got a really light jacket. You've got that darker navy pocket square and tie. I love the way he ties his ties, or has his ties tied. But glasses are cool. I like this a lot. And this, I guess, is at another press event. So this is a very light suit. This is better. I like it. This is good. No, I like this. I like the suit. I like the tie. Again, light colour suit with a darker tie, darker pocket handkerchief. I don't know how I feel about the shoes being the same colour as the suit though. I don't know on this one. I think I like the shoes. I'm not sure. And it's not something I would wear. It has a more casualness to it. But if you've got a tie and a shirt, why do you want to be casual with your shoes? I don't know. I think where Daniel sometimes lets himself down, for me, just from my personal opinion, is the shoes. I think the shoe just tries to be casual. I don't know if he just doesn't like wearing suits or he likes to mix it up. That's don't know. Oh god, here's him way pre-Bond. This isn't good. This is how I would have dressed at this sort of time. This is of the time. Say this is 2002. This is just what people used to wear. If you didn't remember, that tried to be fashionable, like a boot cutty jeans, some f***ed up trainers, a jacket that is I remember thinking this is a suit jacket, and yeah, but it's enough. But yeah, less said about this the better. Now onto this suit. Where he's at an airport. Oh god, again, like the suit's great. The suit's cool. It's the f***ing trainers he's got on, like some dirty trainers. Daniel, I love you. My favourite Bond, but the footwear, it's not for me. It's not for me. I'm sure a lot of people like it. I'm not dissing that. But let's end on a high note. This awesome tobacco-y coloured suit with the blue shirt. I think we saw it in the last photo. I love this so much. The shoes are fantastic. He looks great in this. It's very different to, you know, your traditional Bond darker suits. I love this. I love Daniel Craig as a Bond. He's awesome. I'd love to know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this ramble on about Bond and his style, and remember, these are just my points of view. I don't feel like I'm the authority on this sort of thing. I just have a passion and an interest for it. But I also have a passion and interest for pre-owned clothes, as you know, and we have a store and I have a living to make. So please check us out. It's archeryandwoods.co.uk. We sell all pre-owned clothes. Every item is an individual unique piece, so once it's gone, it's gone. Subscribe here because every video that we showcase a piece of clothing, I put a discount code on. So far we've knocked off like £100 off a suit, and there's substantial discount codes, but they're only for the YouTube, and I'd hope for subscribers. So please subscribe, do the little bell thing, because once they're gone, they're gone. Any questions, let me know. It's hello@archeryandwoods.co.uk, or just hit me up at archeryandwoods on all of these socials. Speak to you soon. Bye.